Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Mount & Blade Warband 1860s Old America. So, we succeeded in taking Fort Bent last part. However, we did technically still fail to actually provoke a war between us and the Plain Indians, or the Plains Indians. Is it Plains or Plain? Yeah, no, it's Plains. That's what I thought. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and continue what I mentioned at the end of last part and head up to Idaho Falls Trapper, or whatever it's called, something to that effect, so that we can go and snag the garrison that is apparently there, although again it's a little bit silly because they don't really do anything, but whatever. But yeah, so we're still going to head up there. We're going to go and try and grab as much of the garrison as we can, and then head on down south to Fort Bent and have them defend Fort Bent. I mean, they may not do the best job defending Fort Bent, but they will do a decent job. So yeah, I mean, the game claims there's a risk of war, but I don't know if they're actually going to go through with that, or if it's just going to be, we're going to tell you there's a risk of war, but there really isn't. Also, can I check the weekly budget? Yeah. I assume that we're probably still not going to make any money. Mountain militia and volunteers. Because, I mean, Fort Bent is said to be rich, but I kind of doubt it's 1,500. We'll round it up to 1,600 in terms of income, plus whatever we get from Idaho Falls trappers. Also, I don't know what it is with the pathing. This mod is a little bit weird with the pathing because there's no physical obstacles in some of these cases, but the game decides to go and take sort of a roundabout way to get to you. Of course there's bandits attacking my village. Why wouldn't there be? Okay, let's go deal with the bandits so that I can go and snag myself some farmers and peasant women. Damn it, guys. Let me through. I'm the commander. I'm supposed to be at the front. Or near enough, at least. Not quite sure why we all decided to go this way. I mean, there was a bridge. We could have taken the bridge. Is that guy just standing there? He was. Did we lose anyone? We got a couple wounded, but I don't think we have any dead. Yep. And I'll refuse it. Manage the garrison. Take the settler women. Take the farmers. Go here and drop a point into charisma, and then drop a point into, I guess, no, I think I've got somebody else as the trainer. I'll drop it into, I don't know. I was gonna think of dropping into inventory management, but I don't have the ability to do so right now. I guess trade. Doesn't hurt for us to get a little bit more money when we sell people some of the good stuff, and by that I mean the weapon shipments and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and make our way back down to Fort Bent with our party of 13 farmers and 5 settler women. And I'm going to be constantly checking the weekly budget to see if it's actually that good or not. Let's see. You guys are 1. Yeah, you guys are cheap. You're also crap on your own when it really comes down to it. But fact of the matter is, I just kind of need to mass troops in Fort Bent to defend it. It really doesn't matter to me too much if they're actually good. And we've still got the French here. Oh, we finished building the messenger post in Fort Bent. So we get that bonus. Oh, that guy was trying to come after me. Oh shit. No, 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 no. I tell you to go left, you go left, not right. Don't care if we got spotted by Kenta Village. Okay, you guys not to militia, you guys volunteers, you become camp followers, you guys, I guess, settlers. Really doesn't matter to me what you become because you're just going to be sitting around at Fort Bent doing nothing. Well, for the most part, nothing. Okay, let's go ahead and continue back down to Fort Bent. Still no war. And relations with Napoleon III are, again, so bad that they ended up becoming better. And Sherman was defeated in battle. I don't know against who. I wonder if it was the Plains Indians. It might have been. Let's go ahead and save. Yeah, 34 people aren't going to do the best job of defending this, so manage the garrison, drop the camp followers in there, drop the settlers in there. Now you guys have a couple extra people defending, but it's still not the greatest. Okay, we can manage the fort to build a prisoner tower. Sure, go and build a prisoner. Also, I'm gonna drop you in there. Because, yeah, you're slowing me down, dude. You really are. I mean, I don't know how much he was slowing me down, but he was slowing me down. That I know for certain. I don't know if 52... I don't think 52's been really enough. Oh my god, we actually made a profit. I'm actually somewhat surprised by this. It appears Fort Bent is actually a whole hell of a lot better than I thought it was. In terms of, rent. I mean, it single-handedly pays all my wages. And then, still, in and of itself, would net me a little bit of profit. And then, obviously, Idaho Falls Trapper, in and of itself, just provides profit in this case. Which is fine. Okay, I could go back up at Idaho Falls Trappers, grab some more of the farmers, because, yeah, 52 is probably not enough, considering that the Plains Indians seem to be running around with about 100-some men. So, this is not going to be the most interesting episode. I want to make sure that's noted. So if you want to skip this episode, I won't blame you. Again, it's not going to be the most interesting. It's pretty much just going to consist of us running away from the Plains Indians that want to kill us because we took Fort Bent from them, and they apparently don't feel like declaring war to take it back, so they're just going to let us keep it, but they are going to come after me every time I walk anywhere near them. And of course I will be spotted by their territory. So yes, like I said, probably not the most interesting episode. So I won't blame you if you decide to skip this episode. Because I know I would. Because we're basically just going to be going back and forth between Idaho Falls Trapper and Fort Bent until we've taken all the garrison that's up here and dropped them off inside Fort Bent. So that Fort Bent has, what, 90 men or something like that, I think, defending it. Still not a whole lot, but it's something. And it'll hopefully be enough for either me or one of the AIs to head over there and defend Fort Bent should it start getting sieged down. So, I mean, very least, I'll hopefully just make it so that the Plains Indians don't have a cakewalk when they tried to take it. And manage the garrison. We got one more settler woman up here. Apparently you guys just give free troops. You periodically, I guess, regenerate them, which is interesting. And I won't complain about it, because that's actually good for me. It's also interesting because it means that in theory I don't have to go and recruit the expensive good troops. At the villages, I can recruit the crappy cheap troops from up here. And I mean, some of them actually probably become pretty decent, such as the, well, maybe not necessarily the huntresses, but the sharpshooter women. They don't seem to be doing terrible. By that I mean they're not dying. Okay. And, you know, if it wasn't smack dab in the heart of Plains Indian territory with a Frenchie, I can only assume, right behind me, I would definitely rest. But the fact of the matter is, I can't really rest because they all want to kill me. Turn you guys all into settlers. We're obviously slowed down because we've got a lot more infantry now. Plus there's generally more men. All those things together lead to it taking longer. That guy presumably owns this because I'm pretty sure that's the only French flag I've seen in the Plains Indians territory. Now, personally, I would love to minimize getting spotted. Okay, 300 men. No, thank you. If you guys want to attack me with 300 men, please make sure that you attack me when there's a bunch of other American settler guys in the area, because that will, well, it won't necessarily spark the war, it will make sure that I am defended to a degree. And because relations with Napoleon improved, because they got so bad they had to improve, that way they could get worse, they have now gotten worse again. It's a little bit weird how that works. It really should just say once you hit 100, or negative 100, it stays at negative 100, but that's not the way it works for whatever reason. Okay, so that still has 3 days. So now you got 70 men defending. It's certainly better than before, but it's still not necessarily the greatest, because the two of us together are, well, barely anything, really. In terms of total troops, we've only got, what, 147 troops between me and the, well, no, that's not even right. I've got 59 men. If I had maxed out, we would have 147 men, which like isn't a whole lot. It really isn't. I mean, sure, I'd be able to probably beat that 111 strong army that the Plains Indians had, but I would not be able to beat that 253 strong one. And I think I just kind of want to go and recruit now, rather than, I mean, I think 70 should be enough to at least hold for a little while. It may not necessarily be the greatest, but it should be something. Also, this is probably going to be a somewhat short episode because I've got some other things I need to go and record, because I started recording a lot later than I usually do because reasons that aren't necessarily important. So, yes. This episode will probably be 20 max. 20 minutes max will be my guess. And I guess next part we will try to we'll try again at least to actually spark the war because, well, you know, we kind of need the war. I mean, not really. If the war doesn't occur, it's not that big of a loss, because if I can just keep taking their territory without them trying to really do anything to stop me, or at least without them doing anything to take it back, that's actually fine with me. Nope, not my village, so I ain't gonna defend it. And that's all our men. I mean, we could go and defend Jefferson City, but we're not going to. We're gonna drop by St. Louis just because we can. Yeah, you know, it's screwed. No, we won't. We'll just rest. Yeah, I definitely have somebody doing training, don't I? No, I don't have anyone doing training. I thought I did. Okay, you guys turn into mountain militia. You settlers become adventurers. Okay, now Fort Bent will pay for the total costs, but we should still make a bit of a profit. It just won't be a whole lot. And my dog's in the background snoring. Oh, that's being raided. Interesting. I kind of want to go ahead and burn down Wichita Indian Agency. Because money. Literally the only reason. Besides, there's really nothing else we can do. We could go and attack, say, I don't know, well, at least in theory, try to attack, say, Chinny Roman Nose's war party. We would fail that. We could go to the trading camp. We would probably fail that. Are there any other forts? There's Fort Laramie, Fort Ridgely. It appears to be all the actual forts. Actually, no, I think the war parties might be considered forts. I don't remember off the top of my head if they are. Either way. Yeah, I think they might be. But yeah, so I mean, there's two places actually labeled forts that we could go and attack. Maybe. Don't know if we'll actually succeed. But I'd rather not. I'm just gonna go and burn down Wichita Indian Agency. Take hostile action, loot and burn the village. Plunder, then raise it. Yes, we lose some honor, but we'll live. Okay, troops found some stuff. Wonderful. Tons of gun shipments, and some rum and tobacco, and velvet, and silver. And some corn and other food for our troops, because, you know, a little variety in the meal isn't necessarily bad. And you know what? You guys can keep the cattle. Whoever wants that cattle can go and snatch it, because I ain't taking it. Okay, and we're gonna go in. I'm gonna end this part once I get to St. Louis and sell this stuff. Let's go ahead and rest. And it's early morning, so let's go ahead and go. And the truce between the federal government and the Confederacy has ended, and thus they could, in theory, go to war again. They probably won't. Unless somebody decides to spark the war, which I don't think is going to happen. And Sherman was defeated in battle again. And they're holding a feast in Louisville. Presumably not to congratulate me on taking territory from the Plains Indians. Got quite a few people here. And again, for some reason the American settlers don't have a lot of troops in their army, which is kind of annoying. Okay, that's pretty much all the money you got. Because you really... Okay, nope, that takes you over. Go to the armor. That takes you over. Go to the horse merchant. Oh, wow, Jesus, that rum sells for more than a gun shipment. Holy crap, you guys love rum. Yes, that's enough. Go to the goods merchant. Have the rum and some whiskey. Or not the whiskey, because you don't have enough. You don't have enough money. There you go. I don't know, which one... Give you the tobacco, I guess. Can't really sell you anything else because you're out of money. Okay, well, we still have some other stuff to sell. But I'm going to go and end this part here. Like I said, it's going to be a short episode because I've got other things I got to take care of because I started recording later than usual. So, yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next part. Next part will be probably going somewhere else to sell off the little bit that we have left. Like, oh, I don't know, Santa Fe? Or we could go all the way to St. Louis, sell the stuff at St. Louis, and then get ourselves involved in the showdowns there, which is actually another good possibility, but I don't know for certain. We shall see. But I'll see you guys in the next part. But until then, goodbye and farewell. And one quick reminder that I do have a Discord if you want to join the server, so I have a link in the description to it. Feel free. But yes, so like I said, I will see you guys next time. But until then, goodbye and farewell.